exhibit on the Plantation. What is that? Let's ask the mayor. The Brits pulled some shit called Plantation. Some Scots they brought, not for vacation. The pursuit of their plunder tore Ireland asunder. Will Brexit unite this proud nation? The plantation of English and then Scottish families in Ireland was implemented in the 16th and 17th centuries. They began in the south and west of Ireland. Ulster, however, was the most unruly province, otherwise known as the most Irish part of Ireland. They were still subject to Brehon law, under which a master poet had the same status as a lord, although he or she must not overcharge. The defeat of the Irish in the 9 Years' War, ending in 1607, opened up the north to mass colonization. It would also calm Scotland down if the most unruly Scots were transported to unruly Ireland. The scheme worked. The Scots became white, as the Irish later would in America. Religious conversion failed, but the new occupiers had to be nice to the Papists if they wanted to exploit their labor in the new industries. By the way, if 1607 sounds like a familiar number, that's also the date of the Jamestown colony. In English literature, wild Irishmen would be compared to brutish Indians. So there you have the noble founding of 2 settler colonies. As it is written in the Annals of the Four Masters, woe to the heart that meditated, woe to the mind that conceived, woe to the council that decided on the project of their setting out on this voyage. Wall Street, that is, the City of London, was skeptical about the project, but the Crown leaned on them. The bankers exacted concessions for their backing, including the creation of a county called Londonderry, so that cursed name is a bow to brute capitalism as well as English colonialism. Irish people too were transplanted. Those willing to toady to the conquerors were rewarded with inferior land in a distant part of Ulster at higher rents than those for the colonizers. Meanwhile, they were subjected to a new language and religion, and subject to eviction at the slightest. Rebellions continued in 1614 and 1640 to 89, and so on. Many Irish simply left for America and further. By 1622, 60,000 settlers had planted themselves and their crops on stolen soil. Many of the Scots had fought for William of Orange, but felt betrayed by him and went off to America and gave us several presidents, starting with Andrew Jackson. The parents of the president of my childhood, Davy Crockett, came from Derry. Later, I abandoned Walt Disney for Abby Disney, and abandoned the conquest of the wild frontier in favor of liberation from colonizers.